Glenn James Maxwell, born October 14, 1988, is an Australian international cricketer, who currently plays ODI and T20 cricket for Australia. He has also played Test cricket for Australia. He represents Victoria and Melbourne Stars in Australian domestic cricket and Lancashire County Cricket Club in English county cricket. He began his professional cricketing career playing for Victoria in the 2020 Big Bash in 2010. He is known for his dramatic shot-making and improvisation in the short form of the game, scoring 102 from 52 balls against Sri Lanka in the 2015 World Cup, the second fastest World Cup century to date. He also scored an unbeaten 145 from 65 balls against Sri Lanka in 2016, the fourth highest score in 2020 internationals. Despite his power hitting in the short form of the game, he has shown ability in the longer form of the game, including a maiden Test century against India in Ranchi on March 16, 2017, in which he scored 104 from 185 balls. In doing so, he became the second Australian to score centuries in all three formats after Shane Watson, joining an elite club of only 13 other cricketers that have achieved this feat. On November 24, 2017, he scored his maiden double century in the Sheffield Shield competition. 10. He was dismissed for 278 from 318 balls in an innings which included 36 fours and 4 sixes. In 2011, he set the record for the fastest ever half-century in Australian domestic one-day cricket, scoring 50 runs off 19 balls. In February 2013, the Indian Premier League team the Mumbai Indians bought him for $1 million US. In March 2013, he made his Test debut against India in the second Test at Hyderabad. On March 28, 2018, Maxwell was urgently recalled to the Test squad, along with Matthew Renshaw and Joe Burns, following the suspensions of Steve Smith, David Warner and Cameron Bancroft for ball tampering during the third Test of the Australian 2018 Tour of South Africa. In October 2019, he announced an indefinite break from the game to deal with mental health difficulties. Glenn Maxwell was born in Kew, Victoria, and played his junior cricket for South Belgrave CC. He began his cricket as a pace bowler, before remodeling his run-up and becoming an off-spin bowler. Despite that, he also has a deceptively powerful and accurate throw to effect run-outs. Maxwell's teammates and the media gave him the nickname The Big Show due to his confidence and his tendency to play extravagant shots, especially a wide array and variations of sweep shots. He however prefers the nickname Maxie. Maxwell joined the Victorian squad in July 2009. He was called into the FDR squad in November when Andrew McDonald was injured. Maxwell played in the 2010 Hong Kong Cricket Sixes tournament and was named player of the tournament as Australia became champions for the first time. Maxwell was selected to play for the Australian Institute of Sports in the 2010 Emerging Players Tournament. He scored 63 against India in the semi-final. Maxwell made his first-class debut for Victoria against NSW in 2010-11. He took 2 catches, 2 wickets and scored 38. He leapt to national attention when he scored a match-winning 51 off 19 balls in a Ryobi Cup game against Tasmania. It was the fastest half-century in Australian domestic one-day history. He followed this with an excellent Shield game against South Australia, scoring 63 and 103, and taking 3 catches, winning the Man of the Match award. He scored 38, the top score of the innings, and 61 against Queensland. In the 2011 Emerging Players Tournament, Maxwell scored 59 off 23 balls in a game against India. He then made 110 off 52 balls against South Africa in a losing cause. Maxwell began the 2011-12 season well against Queensland, making 4 and 32 and taking 3 wickets. He followed this with 92 against New South Wales. Maxwell took 230 and 336 against Tasmania, but only scored 2 in 10 with the bat. He made 61 and 72 against Western Australia and took 2 wickets. In the second Victoria WA game he scored 43 and 0 and took 2 wickets. Maxwell made 26 and 43 against New South Wales. He scored 65 and took 2 wickets against Queensland. In a Ryobi Cup game against Queensland, Maxwell scored 50 off 37 balls. In the Barrel, Maxwell scored 124 in 6 innings for the Melbourne Renegades. He was briefly injured in January. Maxwell went to England to play club cricket for South Wilts and Hampshire Second 11. He played T20 for Hampshire. He played for Hampshire Second 11 against Essex, scoring 66 and taking 1 for 12 in 6 overs. He then played T20, 32 from 12 balls against Sussex and 115 from 31 balls against MCC Young Cricketers. He scored 178 runs at 59.33 and a strike rate of 178 for Hampshire in the County 2020 competition.